Women, strength of a woman is talking. Women love talking, communication. How else do you stay in the beauty shop 3 and 4 hours on Saturday afternoon? So, the devil says, I'll attack them at their point of strength and turn their strength against them. Watch how it happens. So, come with me to the garden. Come on, come on. Here's Adam. Adam is over there in the room. He's watching da-da-da, da-da-da. Watching the game. He's watching the game. He's on his computer surfing, watching, but he's watching the game, surfing the web, watching the game. Eve is in the living room. She just got off the phone with a friend, nobody else to talk to. Eve is in a communicative deficit. Now, she would go and ask her husband a question, but guess what? She don't bother him when da-da-da, da-da-da is on, because she knows when da-da-da, da-da-da is on, he ain't listening anyway. So she decides, I'm not going to bother him. I'll give him his space. She's over here in a communicative deficit, and so guess what happened? In Genesis chapter 3, the Bible says that Satan knew that the serpent was more subtle than any of the beasts of the field, so the devil got in a snake. Now, understand, according to biblical history, during this time, snakes had legs. This is important because remember when God cursed the snake went on his belly. So I want you to stay with me because you're going to get a treatable in just a moment. So watch this carefully. Adam is over here. He's watching television. He is not concerned or even consumed with what's happening in his own house. Eve is in a communicative deficit, and the devil can sense the moment of vulnerability. And guess who knocks on the door? A snake with legs. Hold on. I'm going somewhere. Some of you are going to get this in just a moment. Adam is over here doing his own thing. Adam should have been the one to come to the door and say, how may we help you? But because he is so consumed in what he sees over here, he has left his wife uncovered. Guess who's already in his house? A snake with legs. Some of y'all going to be at the mall and you're going to hear somebody say, you're going to say, I know what you are. You that snake with legs Bishop Walker was talking about. And that snake with legs knew how to get that woman because he was going to use her strength against her. She likes to talk. She needs to talk. So the snake starts talking to the woman. The snake starts talking to a woman. And you got to understand, because Eve is inside of Adam, she knows automatically. She ain't stupid. She knows a snake is beneath her like Adam knew the beasts were beneath her. But she is in such a communicative deficit that her vulnerabilities have made her gullible. So as a result, she now accommodates something beneath her level just in order to make her feel like somebody is paying her attention. I don't care how strong you are, Sister Soldier. I don't care how anointed you think you are. Every sister in here know when you talking to a snake, and you will sit up and keep talking to a snake knowing he ain't talking about nothing. But because you ain't got nobody else to talk to, you will accommodate a snake. What do you think? You ain't talking about nothing. Why are you talking to him? Because you need somebody to talk to. How you doing? He starts pumping her up. He starts talking to her. He starts talking. Diction. The word diction. We get dictionary. He starts adding words. Adding diction. Add diction. It talks to me. He talked her out of what God said don't do. He made her do something she thought she would never do. He talked her into something she said she would never do. And guess what? The Bible says that when she finally took what God said don't take, she took what God said don't take, she took it to her husband. And the Bible said, watch this. The Bible said, watch the strength of a man is his vision. She showed it to her husband. And when she showed it to him, she didn't say nothing, she just showed it to him. He took a bite of it. Now, it ain't the first time a man just saw something without saying something and acted on it. Come here, let me talk to you. Remember when Abraham and Sarah in Genesis, y'all remember the story of Abraham and Sarah when they were 99, 89, remember they were on their way to the gerontologist, but God sent them by the gynecologist. You know this story, right? And you remember when Sarah decided she was going to get on the God squad because she couldn't have a baby quick enough. And so she decided she had this 20-some-year-old Egyptian handmaid named Hagar walking around now all pretty. And so Abraham, she looked at Abraham, looked at Hagar, looked at herself and said, you know what, Abraham, since I can't give you a child, just go in with my little 20-some-year-old Hagar. Let her, my servant, let her be, let her give you a child. You would think Abraham would have been like, no, I could never do that to you, baby. No, indeed. Abraham just went right on in. That's why the kingdom is full of Ishmaels right now. Oh, we just warming up. We just warming up. We do not know what that fruit was. Favor myth tells us it was an apple, but it wasn't an apple. We really don't know. All we know it was a piece of fruit. They had everything. The Garden of Eden, they blew up. God gave them a great economy. They had 4 streams of income. They had everything going on. It was an amazing place to be in. They were never going to struggle, never going to have cramps, never going to die, everything. And they gave it all up for a piece. Let me talk to this side. They had everything. They had everything, but they gave it all up for a piece. Would you just look at somebody and say, what are you willing to give up for a piece? So what I had to ask myself was, what made Adam so weak? What made Eve so gullible? What makes us who we are? We're not just how we are by accident. We're the way we are because a series of things has created us. So let's find out our experiences. And so there are these stages we go through. The first stage I think we go through is 0 to 12, which I call the influence stage. Everybody goes through this. It's important. Everybody's the influence stage. Now the influence stage is very, very interesting because I want you to see this. In the influence stage, this is a stage when you're highly influenced by your context, your environment. This is when young people see things and you think they're not paying attention. Young kids can tell you they saw outward expressions of affection from their parents early on. That's when you think your kids are not paying attention to the men that's running in and out of your house, but they really are. Young girls growing up thinking this is how I'm supposed to take care of myself. So my mama go through all these different men. Or young boys are asked. They're not asked, do you have a girlfriend? They're asked in that age, how many girlfriends you have. So their manhood is defined in the influence age. And a lot of times that's why you have to be careful who you expose your children